Hi there! When you're done with this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and also hit the bell for notifications so you can always see the video first. But most importantly, enjoy the show.
From the depths of time and space, one autistic weirdo has found his final obsession.
Hello everybody, I am Zeke Fowler and this is another Man with a Box. And as you can see here, we have 3 boxes. And they are 2 dinosaurs and a panda. And they're all firefighter themed. Yeah. Starting off with our look into the Beastbox firefighter set. Or Fire Hero set. They're firefighters, but you know, they're heroes who fight fire. That's beside the point. We're going to look at Firepower, who uses the pterodactyl mold. Very excited to have this. The normal pterodactyl mold was sold out, so to see that it was in a 3-pack, I just, don't fall over. Just had to get it. Coming with all 3 of them, so I might as well get this out of the way. But yeah, all 3 of them come with, a box charger, but this one is themed around fire station. I believe it even says it right there, and also it's molded on the inside, so you have a little ramp like a little fire truck would roll down. It's even got the little, little reflective lines of green, which are truce to let you know, hey, we're coming. I mean, that's a really nice addition, and I think I can edit around this. So yeah, and compared to the other. This is one of my lights just went out. That's what it looks like. Yeah. Still connects like all the others. Okay, but getting on to Firepower. This is a pterodactyl, of course. He's got the red and white, so it's kind of like I guess you could say he's sort of like a fire, like more like the ambulance type of fire assistance. So he'd probably like fly in and probably like rescue, take you out of there. Of course, he also has these gun blades on his back, so I don't know how much firefighting he's gonna be doing with these, but they're there. I guess he could like blow away rubble, and then like these could laser knives or something. They could probably like cut through things to make rescue easier. But yeah, being a flying rescue vehicle, instead of the normal, whatever dinosaur symbol, they've got a like Beastbox fire department. If I can just, there you go. Yeah, that worked out perfectly. Yeah, that is I love this color scheme. It's like rescue firefighter color scheme is so cool. Also, another thing I like about it is like even though it's dinosaur themed, it sticks to like the skeletal kind of type of dinosaur, as opposed to the you know, kind of like flesh and blood that the other in the set does. Yeah, I like this a lot. I like the little, like, there's little open gaps, but it works because, you know, it's trying to like be more of a pterodactyl skeleton than it is trying to be a pterodactyl. Articulation's pretty good. You know, I'm sorry, that's all. I just look the rest, but yeah, articulation's pretty good. You know, you got legs, got a bend here, got a bend here. Tail's got a bend. The feet are kind of cool. They're like, they're molded flat. If you can like get it down like that, you can mold them flat. But they also have this little like kind of gap at the side. Little spur right there. You know, kind of keeps it. Gives it that kind of like a reptilian avian look that all the pterodactyls have. Yeah, got little fingers in there, little ports in the hands. Going back to articulation, the wings go all the way around. The wings go all the way around. Wings go up. We'll stop here. Wings go all the way there. That's for transformation though. You have little turns here. They can turn up and down here. This thing just kind of bends in, but that's just for transformation. Beyond that, you just kind of, I guess you could do that, but it doesn't really do anything else. You just kind of keep that flat as is, you know, you can just do as is. Wings, same thing on the other side. And yeah, the head, neck goes up and down. Little head swivel, the mouth does open. I'm a pterodactyl. Yeah, these little vent pieces, you can kind of like keep them up for like a pew pew action. You can fold them down to get little VTOL engines. You can take the gun blades off to make it look better. We'll make it look cleaner, not really better, cleaner. You know, subjective. Yeah, little transformation kibble. And then, oh, he has a really neat gimmick. I mean, if I could just get the wings splayed out just a little bit better. This little button on the back. Check this out. So, yeah. You push it in to lock it. When you pull it back just slightly, you can pull that down and then... Yeah, sorry. Yeah. A little flapping gimmick. And then you can also push down again, and there's like, I'll lift this up so you can see, but there's a little lock inside here, so you can push it down, and then push in again, so you can see there. So the wing was in the way, then it locks into, see, it locks in, and then you get the kind of, you know, curled up body wings. The curled up body wings. The wings are curled up against the body. The fuck is wrong with me? I just can't talk today. But yeah, that is all there is to see on Firepower. And I also just want to say, for the name Firepower, you know, I guess Fire Cutter doesn't work, but you know, it's a cool name. It's a cool name. Yeah, this is Firepower. And since I have 3 Beastboxes to review, instead of just getting granular with one, we can already, why don't we already just, you know, transition into the transformation, just so I can, you know, deal with all that stuff, goodness. So yeah, he is not that hard to transform. He's gonna take the wings and just take them, rotate this section forward, turn this around, and then fold that in to make a square shape. Come to the bottom here, fold the thumb down against there, and then it's gonna have that flat like so. Do the same over here. Have it flat like so. Yeah. Let me rotate that. Cool. And then next, just leave the legs kind of dangling at the moment. You're gonna come to the back here. Just have all these, you know, just kind of. Don't do that. That just pop off. It pops off. Okay, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness that's a pop off. I have never done that before. Be careful, I guess. Yeah, be careful pushing these forward, I guess. But never had that pop off. I thought it was broken. You're gonna come to this section here. And you're gonna unpeg this, and then easier said than done. And that's gonna slide open, and then you're gonna take this whole assembly, and then there is a spring system, and you're going to fold that like that, and then you're gonna take the tail against the flap system, and you're going to have it rest inside there, push it down, and then you're gonna have this whole system, this whole like a slot system. Yeah, I guess it is a system. This whole slot system rests against the butt, and then we're going to actually keep it folded down for right now. Kind of keep the legs splayed out to the side as best you can. Maybe fold them down for right now. Don't just peg them in just yet, but keep them folded down for right now. Lift up the top part of the chest, and then use that to open it. And then there's a little spring loaded in here. Spring loaded in here too. How about that? Never noticed that. Spring loaded. Well, watch out for springs if that bothers you. And then you're gonna fold the head in here, and there's a little cavity in there where his nose is gonna rest inside. And there the fuck we go. And then there's also a little gap right in there where the head crest is gonna line up, hopefully. There it goes. And then right back where you had them, plug that back in. And then when it comes to the feet, we're going to go here. There's little holes right here. Plug that in. And then keep everything kind of situated right there. Kind of keep it just flat. Do the same here. Let's turn it around. How about that, so you can see what I'm doing. Is it in there? It's in there. And then there we go. And there we go. And then these little VTOL engines, you're gonna have those. Actually, before we do that, there's the guns. Okay, so thank goodness, unlike other Beastbox toys, you don't have to focus on them, camera. That's okay. These actually store with the robot and are part of transformation. So I just did it while I was talking, so I'll just show you again. So you're gonna take the blade, you're gonna fold it in like so. If you want to get it back out when you're transforming it back into dinosaur mode, you just do that. But yeah, for right now, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna have these. They're pointed in. I'm pretty sure pointed in. How did I do this? Yeah. Kind of want them to switch places and look like this, but I do believe, if I am correct, yes. Yeah. I'm gonna have these fit on here. Yep, just like that. Yeah, and there's little notches where they plug into the knees, I guess. No, shin, I guess would be the better thing for it. And then, then you take the VTOL engines and they just rest on top of the feet, like so. And then this whole wing section here, you're gonna come up. Shit. What have I done? Oh shit. No, I'm just fucking with you. All right, you're gonna come up here, fold these in like so, and then there's a little notch. Gonna plug into there, inside its own arm, and then on the guns, there's also there's a peg. It's gonna go in the side of the slot. So, should. At least it's supposed to. Come on, motherfucker. And then how about you? You gonna go? Yeah, there's the rest. And then you have the little hand rest right there. And then this little doohickey bob is gonna plug into that spot, lock it in, lock all that shit in. There we are. Hopefully that got on camera. I'm gonna pray, but even though I showed you the first half, so it doesn't really matter. Yes, and then Shadaisy. That is a firefighting pterodactyl turned into a cube, and of course, as presented last time, you just take one of these and you slaughter in. All right. Now we got 2 more to look at. Now on to our second member of the Fire Heroes box set. We have Water Cannon, who is a panda and also comes with the Fire Station box set, molded on the inside, replicated 3 times. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Alright, but anyway, panda. As you can see here, there are 2 guys. One of them is a little baby panda, which, you know, you can kind of have it stand up, but really it's just kind of meant to more crawl on the ground. And then you have a big panda with 2 guns on his back, you know? A lot of lethality for this. I'm gonna put those guns to the side. They are very important. And then, yeah, there's all this right here. A little bit of red on the water tank. And, shit, that fall off? No, it fell off camera. Yeah, and a little, like, you know, red here to kind of show that these are not guns. They're actually, you know, water cannons, hence the name. Water Cannon. Anyway, I really like the paint job on this mecha panda. It totally is a panda with the black and white, but these like chartreuse lines on here totally give the effect of like a firefighter in a full-on, like fully decked out in a jacket and gear, and I really like that. Even got a little like kind of oh dear God, I don't know where that came from. Oh sweet sweet baby Jesus. Ooh. Anyway, no, I have no idea where that came from, but yeah, no, we got like little Splinter Cell kind of night vision goggles. But I guess it would be good for him to, like, you know, have goggles that wouldn't obscure, well, even though he's a robot, so that, no, it looks cool still, you know, but goggles that wouldn't obscure his vision, but there's like smoke and fog and whatnot. And then, you know, got the water tank on his back. And then these guns, which can be placed anywhere on the, like, well, not anywhere, but several places on the body. Like can be placed here on the back. Kind of gives it like a you know, kind of like a jetpack kind of look. You know, sort of like a hydro pack, kind of a hydro pack type deal. Well, the way they're supposed to be done is mounted on the shoulders. There's these little notches inside here, and there's these little notches. There's little rests on top of the shoulder, so, you know, just kind of feel her in. You just feel her in, mate. Yeah, just get her all shavery dib, and then you have these little shoulder mounted cannons. You know, working all that water out of there. Oh my God. We need water now. You can do it. You can goddamn do it. Oh yeah, another thing about this little guy right here, and this big guy right here is he's a mech suit. That's right. This big ass panda right here. Not even a real, not even a sapient creature. Check this shit out. He just kind of rests there. I mean, there's like these little notches that kind of hold his head so he doesn't shake too much. But yeah, he is. Nothing's holding him in there, but still, you know, he is piloting. The little robot is piloting the big robot, and that is just fucking cool. Yeah, when it comes to articulation, arms go all the way around when a gun is not attached to them. Got a little elbow swivel, an elbow bend, a paw can go. The big old paw can go up and down. Same on this thing. A leg can go all the way around. How about that? I figured with all the fat and girth and the little butt engine here, that would make this a little hard to do, but nah. How about that? So yeah, he is pretty cool. What, this fell off? A little black piece of plastic. What does this go to on my robot? Or is this just, does it matter? You know, all the parts that let it connect and go on and shit still. No, that's still there. That's still there. Well, that's spooky. Hey. Maybe it's just an errant piece of plastic. We will hope. That's where that little rattle was. Okay, no, there was just a little piece of plastic stuck in my guy. Huh. Yeah, that's really all he does. He's just cool looking, really good paint job. We'll turn him into a box now. So let's take the guns off. You will need that for. Hey, another. Oh, wait. Before I turn into a box, there's actually something kind of cool we can do. The guns themselves at the barrel can connect. So if you can do it properly, then there's also these kind of like, you know, revealed barrels right here. Hopefully that showed up on camera. Yeah, this connects right to the barrel. Hopefully that showed up on camera. And then there is no reveal here, so you just gotta pull that to the side. And then wherever I think this connects, you can have a little. Have a super duper cannon. You can do that if you want, because that's fun. Yeah, have those assembled right now. And then we're gonna have you all bared out, open you up, lift your head back. We're gonna take the real water cannon, or, you know, pilot. We'll call him Pilot. We'll take the Pilot Panda out, and then we'll have Water Cannon begin his transformation. First, we're gonna take his head. Yep. Before we do that, we take the head. Take the crotch. We're gonna push that up. That goes in. Take the head. Good. Just rests right down in there. Cover the boy up, and then we're gonna go here. Pull the legs out. And then there is a thing here. Supposedly, you do this, locks into box mode, but really doesn't work that well. But yeah. So lock it into box mode, just cause. And then you're gonna take the diaper, the butt, roll that down. You're gonna take this. Well, you're gonna take this water tank, lift it up just slightly, or maybe that's just that might just be a thing to do to make it look like it's pumping. Never mind. This is that's just a gimmick it does. Don't worry about that then. Then we're gonna kind of put the arms out as if it's like trying to give you a hug. Hug arms. The legs, same here. And then we're gonna take. Yeah. What we're gonna do here is on one foot, these little notches inside the pilot's legs. These connect on to the feet. So connected to the feet. We're gonna do that for right now because we need to attach the guns to the side. Little notches inside there, and then you'll know which ones to connect because there's a little peg inside there. So these ones go on this side because that's how they'll be able to connect into that, and then that will connect. Hopefully that's on camera. That'll connect into this leg, and then that will connect. Hopefully. Shit. Right. There we go. Right, so yeah, you do want to kind of curve it over like that. And then this section, just gonna fold back, rest in. There you go, and then the arm's gonna lay on top of there. And then this part here, gonna fold in, right there, and then lift the paws out just like this for now. There's little, as you can see, there's kind of like a little key thing. There's a little thing right there, a little thing right there, little slot right there, a little pointy thing right there. And then we're gonna take the little panda guy section, and then we're gonna take his little foot right here, take his little thigh right there, connect it into the foot. So now it looks like the baby panda is hugging the bigger panda. It is quite cute. So safe and snuggled against the tum-tum. And then we're gonna take this little slot, connect it there, connect that there. If we can, do it in one go. That would be sweet if we could do it in one go. Oh, that'd be sweet. Ah, fuck, okay. Well, we did it in 2 goes. That's all that matters. Fuck. Really? Shit. Come on, man. Come on, Jack. You're the easiest one to transform. The easiest one to transform. The hardest one to fiddle with. Put that down. Go, get back down there. Get back down. Get back down, sir. All right, we're locked. We're locked and good. Okay, and then you take the little hands and then go in a very Buddha pose. In a very Buddha pose. I've noticed this little guy here. All right, and then. That's you. Yeah. Nah, that stays down. Once you got everything. We good? Everything already in the slot? Everything finding itself? Okay. Now I got a panda box. And yeah. It's very simple, but look at you can get a box out of it. Like damn. Impressive. Okay, is it the empty one? Yep, and then yeah, kind of like the others. Lives inside there. Okay, we're done with our pterodactyl and panda. One more dinosaur to go. All right, we've had firepower the pterodactyl, water cannon the panda, and now we have Firethrash, the ankylosaurus, because you know, thrash. Now this ankylosaurus is really neat. I like him. I especially like his kind of like fried egg painted eyes. Mouth does open, a little way big. He can scream at you, be angry. Yeah, and if this mold is familiar to you, that is because it is the exact same mold. There he is, as Stegosaur. Oh yeah. Firefighter box charger. It's the same as the other two. Yeah. So yeah, he is the exact same mold as Stegosaur, and I have some comparison notes. For one, I think this mold works better as a Stegosaurus than it does an Ankylosaurus, even though they are cousins. Reason being is because of just how the legs are designed. Like, you get this like kind of flat to the ground, almost like untransformed back legs, whereas these are kind of meant to have the short front legs and the long back legs like a Stegosaurus is supposed to have. You know, I kind of feel like if you wanted to make this work as an Ankylosaurus, maybe cut some gaps in the back legs so that they could kind of like splay forward, kind of like a turtle. But you know, that's it. Beyond that, it is still convincingly an Ankylosaurus, and they if they have to share the same mold, they at least are distinct enough and different enough to be admired as their own thing. Back to Firethrash. Whereas, the panda water cannon is straight up a firefighter, and the coloration of firepower says that it is a I hope I said that right. Water cannon, the panda, is the firefighter looking guy, and firepower, the pterodactyl, is more of a rescue fire type individual. I believe this one looks like just a fire truck. Like, it even has like the little water nozzles to take care of things. You got the shovel, stamper to like take care of things. He'd probably be good for like a forest fire. So this is probably like the forest fire to deploy. Yeah, these look more like extinguishers, and they do not like a water nozzle. So yeah, he's probably like the you'd probably use them for like forest fires. It makes sense because it's an Ankylosaurus. They live in the forest. Kind of wish it, like, granted, it's easier just to have all of these then and then just paint these two, but I kind of wish if they wanted to do the whole siren thing, they would make these, translucent plastic, but it's fine. The rest of it is just really solid. You've seen this mold before. It's solid. You know what it does if you've watched this channel. Mouth open, head. Not as much neck as Stegosaur has. He does well, but Stegosaur's neck game is way better than his. Like I said, he's got little stubby legs. Like, if you want to extend them out to do the whole like Stegosaurus leg thing, you can. It does make this a little bit more intimidating. Like, so, wow, it does make that a little bit more intimidating for poses, but he's just. I wish he had different back legs. That's just it. That's just the only downside to this toy. He's a really good remold, but I just wish he had different back legs. I also like these little rubbery black panels here for the side spikes. He's just a little fire truck by way of Ankylosaurus, and he's cool. I wish he had different back legs, but beyond that, he's cool. And if you don't own the Stegosaur mold, this guy fits perfectly. In fact, that's kind of why I bought the Fire Hero set in the first place. Less for a infatuation with firefighters and more of just, I don't have any of these. I had 2 molds I didn't have that were sold out, and 1 mold I already had, so I figured, fuck it, roll the dice. But he's different enough, and I still would recommend him, and he's my least favorite of the set, but that doesn't mean I dislike him. He's fair. He's a solid 8. Solid 8 out of 10 in my book. But you've seen this transformation before, so I won't go into like, uber detail about it. But yeah, you just kind of get all your panels folded in before you do any real, big time transformation. Get all your panels folded in. Get all your panels folded in. Oh yeah. Get all these panels folded in. I feel Stegosaur is kind of like these panels extend out more, but whatever. Lift up this back panel, and then da-doop. Does not matter what direction you put them in because it all falls flat. Lift these up for now. They'll go to the side. They'll be turned to the side later, but for right now, don't worry about that shit. Yeah, how am I gonna do this? Oh yeah, front legs. Tap these boys on. Tap these boys on. Yeah, we got those boys on. Pull this tail out, and for right now, just leave it pulled out. Now we're gonna come here, get your nails dug in. Actually, kind of fold these down right here, like you can do in like a little makeshift flight mode, and then you can come in here and get these panels off. It's a great paint job on this guy, by the way. I really dig like the fire truck aesthetic they have going on here. He's really, really nice. And we're gonna fold That head in there. And this kind of similar to Stegosaur, just like with Stegosaur, getting that back head in there, getting that back head all the way in there, getting that back head, getting that head all the way back in there is a very difficult task, but if you can do it, shit. You're not gonna get it on your first try. You're just not. Yeah. It just does not want to do sometimes, you know? There it goes. There it goes. Yeah, it just does not want to do sometimes, and you're just gonna have to, you know, let the universe do it for you. I have another Beastbox that's frustratingly like that I'll eventually review, but yeah, actually I'll leave those forward for right now. Leave all this leave this untransformed for right now. We're good. And then we're gonna take these back legs and just kind of rest them down. That one's already done it by itself, and then you just fold them up, peg them onto the bottom, and then the bottom part of the box is done. We're then gonna take these panels, have them rest all the way down, and then we're gonna have these. Now we're gonna have these lay flat, and we're gonna have these lay flat on top of it. But well, eventually we'll have them lay flat on top of it. For right now, just have it like so. And then we're gonna fuck with the tail now, and we're gonna unpeg this. We're gonna have this little joint assembly collapse inside. We're gonna have these go all the way around. And then we're gonna have these here. And then we're gonna have these here. They plug in nicely. Your box is almost complete. All you have to do now, have these go to the side, rest in there, and then, and that, my friends, is an Ankylosaurus an Ankylosaurus style fire truck, or a fire truck style Ankylosaurus. Either way, locked and boxed, baby. All right, everybody, this has been my review of the Fire Heroes Beastbox set. This is a very, very interesting set of Beastboxes. It is 3 in 1 set. All of them are unique, have really enjoyable gimmicks, and if you can snag you a copy, I would definitely snag you a copy. It is a bit pricey, but for the price of one Hasbro Voyager class Transformer, you can get all 3 of these. So that's about 70 bucks, yeah, all 3 of these. So, yeah. Or cheap if you get it on sale. Yeah, I'll try and find the best I can to find a good link for you know, there'll definitely be a link below for you to purchase them. A flink for flow, god damn it. Damn, this was a lot to do. Next time, I'm just gonna stick small. Thank you for watching to the end of this video. I am Zeke Fowler. I operate Cosmic_Rejects, a gaming channel on YouTube where I post archived content. Zeke Rambles on YouTube, my review channel where I review pop culture, and Zeke Cosmic Rejects, my Twitch channel where I record the games, which will later be chopped up, edited, and archived onto the YouTube channel, Cosmic Rejects. Here's their schedules going forward.